We were actually talking, and one blessing to basketball is games are played a lot quicker than football, where football you have to wait a week. Obviously, everyone was embarrassed and disappointed with their performance against Michigan State. But again, I credit them for making that happen. They played a great game, and we weren't up to the challenge. So we got a bunch of competitors, and I know they're excited and ready to get back out there.
Scott, did you feel like more of it was on the defensive end? I mean, particularly the offense kind of clicked in the second half.
Yeah. Well, honestly, both ends. I mean, we were dominated on both ends of the court. First half. I mean, I don't know research wise when the last time we scored that many points in a half. But I can tell you the turnovers were atrocious, and we didn't give ourselves a chance to win with that and put our defense in a bad position. And then shooting 64%, I think that's the highest we've had against us in 15 years. So it all compounded, snowballed. We've seen the movie Perfect Storm. That's what it kind of was first half. Us older people seen the movie Perfect Storm.
I am not one of those people, but I did. We toured the new Foster Pavilion today. We got a little tour for the media, and looks like it's really coming along there. I kind of wanted to hear your thoughts though on just how excited you are as a coach and just the team in terms of moving in there and playing the last game at the Farrell on Friday.
It's going to be emotional, that last game in the Farrell Center. I know for a lot of us, so many good memories, and we want to close it out the right way. But college basketball is one of those sports that the fans have such an impact. And the atmosphere we're going to have at the pavilion with fans being closer to the action, more compact, is going to help us. Is it going to guarantee we win every game? No, but we will be better coaches and better players and a better team and a harder place to play being in there, let alone all the conveniences and the nice things with a new building. So hopefully the media feels the same with the hospitality room and the setup, because it should all be nicer and better. Fat-free.
And Scott, right now defensively, would you all kind of like to simplify things and excel at them, or do you think you want to be multiple and sort of some of the stuff y'all can do this season still?
Well, I think you like analytics, so do we. And we got to get better in a lot of different areas. One thing is we have guarded the three well up until this last game. Credit them for making shots. But we've done a much better job contesting shots this year. Our transition defense against them, taking out our turnovers, live ball turnovers, was the best it's been in the 3 times we played Michigan State. So we like bits and pieces of what we did. Now we just got to put it all together. Defensive rebounding has not been a strength to this team, and an area that we constantly try to grow and improve and get better on. But again, if you look at the big picture, we were undefeated. We lost to a team that the last time we played them was Battle Atlantis, and 5 of those guys played in the game. We had 0. John didn't play in that game, so we had 0 that stepped on the court that actually had played against Michigan State. So I think they did a lot of things to make our defense look worse, and I thought it was trending in the right direction. Those 2 areas, though, our transition defense against them, our zone was pretty good against them. So to answer the question, we're not going to simplify things. We're going to try to get better at whatever the game plan is. And the beginning transition, that's going to be critical going forward. We keep improving that, because if we'd have been as good as we were last game in transition, I think we'd had a top 40 defense going into that game. And if we can get better at the ending, which is the rebounding, then you're at a top 30 defense. Or middle was good last game, or middle, that part wasn't good. But it's a long answer just say we like bits and pieces. Now we got to put it all together. And the first true road game anybody faces at our level, if you look at the win percentage, I'm sure it's not very high. It's a unique thing going through always that. Last year we went through it at Marquette, and a lot of teams, you look at scores when they go on the road, and it can be high majors. Like Auburn's a great team. You play at a mid-major place, it's gonna be a struggle. So it's just hard playing on the road.
Scott, it'll be the second time ever that y'all played Duke. First one was rather memorable. I would imagine all the guys on your team were in elementary school when y'all played them the last time. Will that be on your mind at all, that game? And just,
Well, first, you're very generous saying they're in elementary, because a lot of them were 5 years old, 6 years old. So some of them were in kindergarten and wherever else. So,
Right.
but I do know, playing a historic program, Coach K done an amazing job with building Duke into the brand that it is. Coach Shire's done a great job in continuing that. They have great players. They have a great program. When you play these games, you get better as a team. You find out areas, and sometimes you need adversity to improve. And I felt like we had a good practice today. We need to keep getting better each and every day, because the goal is always to win the last game. Now, everyone would like to win every game, but at the end of the day, the last game is the one we're all shooting for.
Scott, what do you see from Duke? Seen they've lost 3 close games, but obviously still really good.
Yeah. Similar to us, a younger team, and going through the beginning of the season where you're trying to establish roles, and I think they're a lot more established this part of the season than they were in the beginning, as far as who's playing, where they're playing, what they're doing. Their 3 losses are all within 5 points, so they've been in every game. And obviously they got 2 players, Filipowski and Roach, that a lot of people have them as All-American and Filipowski Player of the Year candidates.
Scott, obviously you kind of talked a little bit about it with the Marquette game being a lot similar to the game against Michigan State this year. Kind of, is it the same mentality? Are you taking a different approach? What makes this situation either similar or different to that one?
I think both games you were thoroughly embarrassed and disappointed, and I know we played a lot better after the Marquette game, and I think our team got better after that. And hopefully we have the same response after the Michigan State game as we go into Duke.
And Scott, I know we've obviously had to ask you some tougher questions after that Michigan State game, but what makes you optimistic about this group, or what do you still like a lot about this team going forward?
I mean, still you got one of the younger teams, which means you have room to grow. Early in the year, more veteran teams usually perform better. Younger teams usually improve throughout the year. As far as analytical numbers, I mean, offensive rebounding, I'm gonna just take Michigan State out of it. We were 6th in the nation coming into that game, and that was elite. Second best offense, that was elite. And defensively, I think we're at 42, 44, somewhere in there, and that was we're making improvements and strides. Now, obviously, after that game, a lot of things are skewed. A lot of things dropped, and rightfully so. And now we get a chance to go against another top 25 team. And Florida, Auburn, saw Seton Hall had a big win last night. I mean, we played some quality teams. So now we get a chance against Duke to see just where we're at. And we really like how hard the guys play in practice. We like how it's a group that likes one another. It's a fun group to coach. Again, take out the 40 minutes on the Michigan State game, and it's been a flawless season up to that point as far as discipline issues and everything. So again, now we get a chance to see just is that who we are, or who are we coming out of there against other elite programs?
Anything else? All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Scott.
Appreciate you
Thanks,
guys.
Coach.
Thanks, Scott.
All right, take care. Have a blessed day.
You too,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Obviously, a tough game for you guys the other day. Just what have you seen from the players and their response, and do you expect kind of a bounce back effort?
Of course. It's always hard to take games like that we just played, but it's always a learning experience, especially early in the season. We got a lot of games left, but we get to learn early. And me being a player and seeing that happen, you always worried about how they're going to respond. And we had a great practice today, and looking forward to learning from what we just went through and getting better to prepare for Duke.
What's
Anybody
kind of
else?
the feeling for y'all? Obviously, wrapping up non-conference slate, but most importantly, that last game at the Farrell, just kind of the feeling, I guess, closing that chapter and moving on to a new one.
For me, it's going to be sad moment, because a lot of history is in that Farrell Center. I played all of my games in that Farrell Center. I mean, in the world to me, but I'm also happy about the growth that Baylor is. That I'm happy about the growth that's happening. Just to see the new pavilion get built, and remembering everything that we've been through, man. This is a huge blessing, and I'm just thankful to be a part of it.
Tweety, I'm assuming you've been in there. What is it? What's the wow factor of Foster, I guess?
For me, it's just to see where we come from. That's my biggest thing is I look back and, every year got better. Every year got better. And to see 2023 become this, and that's the big reason why I came to Baylor, to see special. And I'm seeing it now. And, to see the pavilion get built and everything that comes with it, I'm just honored to be a part of a special program like Baylor, because it's one of the main things why I committed, why I wanted to come here, to see the growth in it. And now to see it happen right before your eyes is just a huge blessing to see it, for sure.
And Tweety, obviously your last game at Baylor was against Duke in the Elite Eight. Makes me feel old to think I was a freshman at Baylor 13 years ago when y'all played them. What kind of memories did that bring back for you this week, and how are you kind of approaching? Are you thinking about maybe Quincy Acey didn't actually charge in that game?
Well, I always think about that. But just to be in this position, you as a player now, God bless me to be a coach. I don't want to make it seem like it's just about when we played them, because everybody got to go through the experiences and get to experience, everything for themselves. But, that's why history is important. If I could say anything, make sure you do your homework when you go into schools and things like that, because this kind of stuff matters. That 2010 was my last game, and so happened Duke was the one that stopped me from playing on, and stopped my teammates from playing on, stopped my coaches from playing on. So I'm going to forever carry that, and especially going into Wednesday, you want to see something different happen at the end of the game. But I just want the guys to go out there and compete at the highest level. And I think if we do that, we're going to be okay. Great game plan from the coaches. And, I'm just excited to be a part of this specialty that's about to happen on Wednesday.
Will you share some of those memories with the guys and bring up that game to them? I mean, they were little when you were playing.
Yeah. I mean, I try. I want to, but then again, I want them to go in. I don't want to make it about me and the guys that played in 2010. But again, it's always good to share your history, because we fighting for more than just a game today. You fighting to keep the history going, keep that competitive spirit going. And again, when you have a group of young guys that, like you said, that was young at the time, got a chance to redeem me and my teammates, is always a huge blessing to see that happen. So I just want them to go out and have fun, not think too much, just go out there and do what they do, and everything will take care of itself.